is anyone actually going to buy this car? Well, the market for very high-end EVs is unpredictable. Rolls-Royce managed to sell just over 1,000 Spectres last year, but things haven't been so rosy for performance brands. Lamborghini and Pagani have both cancelled their intention to develop their own dedicated electric cars. And even Lotus, which is Chinese-owned, has moved away from EVs back towards high-performance hybrids for its new supercar. Initially, I thought Ferrari could force its customers to buy a bunch of Luces to get their names on a list for the next exclusive hypercar like an F80 Aperta or SP4. This would help lower the brand's fleet CO2 emissions and bolster its famously healthy profit margins. But Ferrari's CEO has spoken out directly against this, saying that forcing their customers to buy an EV would be the biggest mistake. And they went even further when their chief marketing officer told petrolheads in general not to buy the Luce. So why on earth did they bother building it if they don't want people to actually buy it? Well, Ferrari sees internal combustion engines and electric vehicles as two separate entities, a bit like cats and dogs. A Great Dane owner would never consider a Siamese cat, and vice versa. So rather than try to build an electric car to win over the tifosi, Ferrari built a radically different car that it hopes will appeal to EV lovers. Basically young tech millionaires who've never owned a Ferrari before. So how does the Luce stack up in terms of EV stats? Well, the battery is absolutely gigantic. Ferrari doesn't quote a usable capacity like other brands, but the gross figure of 122 kilowatt hours is huge. But what about the range? Well, Ferrari has designed a clever front axle that can completely disconnect the motors from the wheels when you're cruising to save energy. And the Luce's body is also the most aerodynamic in Ferrari's history, and it can lower itself by 10mm at speed to reduce drag even further. So how far can you drive on a single charge then? 400 miles? 500 miles maybe? Actually, the claimed range is only 330 miles. I expected a bit more than that, especially considering the Luce, which means light in Italian, isn't actually that heavy for an EV. It tips the scales at 2,260 kilograms, which is almost 400 kilograms lighter than the BMW iX M70. Ferrari has managed this by using the giant battery as a structural element in the aluminium chassis. This reduces weight and increases stiffness. As a result, the Luce has 35% more torsional rigidity than the Pura Sangue, and I wouldn't exactly call that car floppy. It also has a version of that car's rear-wheel steering system and a further development of the F80's active suspension, which replaces old-fashioned anti-roll bars.